Okay, I'm back. And yeah, of course, playing Nintendo games always makes me think of the 90s because that's when it was released. And here we go, The Tick. Yep. Owned by Disney now. That is the thing. It will be all become one, sadly. Software Creations. The Tick. Now, The Tick is pretty funny. So, let's just jump into it, shall we? Ooh, hello. Night of a million zillion ninjas. Where are these sexy ninjas? Now, let's just jump into it. Okay, so I think this one should be like about the same as the TMNT game. I haven't played this ever before, so this is a fresh gameplay for me. Overall, works pretty well. It's pretty. I love the animation of the tick. I think it's about also at 3.3 or something. It's supposed to be on the same level as TMNT. So still easy, but not completely easy, getting to the normal level, the medium. I mean, you could argue that if 5 is the most difficult, then we're already at medium, so, but yeah. I love how the first level is fighting ninjas on a driving bus. I mean, this is so the tick. I love he's just kicking, although, wait, maybe he's the, oh, there's also a punch button, so you have punch and kick, cool. Okay, that is pretty neat. Animation-wise, very nice. If you're a fan of the tick, you will appreciate the stupidity of him, you know, like, and, because he's very strong, but, he's probably the strongest superhero in that universe, for sure. Not the smartest, though, you know, but a good guy. Okay, oh, Hotel Dive, nice. It's pretty funny, ouch. Okay, now you have a level where you have to dodge shurikens. I mean, it's still not too bad, but I guess they wanted to have variety, sure. This is definitely more platformer. Yeah, this is a little bit more difficult, a little bit more annoying. Not too bad, though. I love how he jumps. Wait. Can I switch characters? I wonder if I can. Oh, that wasn't good. I will break you, subplot. I will break you. So, what's his name? Paul or whatever, I forgot, the sidekick. It's Captain Communist or something? I don't know. Like, I know somewhat of the tick. I watched the original live-action show, which was just 9 episodes. Haven't read the comics, or I watched a couple of the cartoon episodes, which was great. I really want to watch the whole thing. But I love the concept of it. So, okay. Okay, I see. I had to defeat the communist supervillain guy to get to the back to the platforming level. Yeah, this is a little bit harder already, and it's not as great. I mean, it's kind of cool that you're jumping on rooftop to rooftop, classic superhero thing. I mean, it's not. Okay, that was it. Okay, you know what? That's okay. That's not too hard. That's gonna be longer. Okay, now we can beat him up stage. The kick might be better. It's just hitting those ninjas because they're so tiny in comparison to me. Oof, 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 oof. Yeah, overall, it's pretty neat. You know, superhero setting is always popular for beat 'em ups because it's like that's what superheroes do. They beat up minions and then sometimes they beat up their leaders, which are their bosses. That's why you have Batman and Spider-Man having multiple beat 'em ups. That's cool. I don't know who he is, but some kind of samurai dude with a stick. Does he have a baguette? That looks like a baguette. Yeah, and see, that's why I need to watch more of the tick to get more of the thing. I'm guessing, because this is based off the cartoon, so I'm guessing we'll have the Flater Mouse, not the El Batman. It's gonna be the Flater Mouse. So this is kind of an interesting way of doing a okay, so like an AI help. This is actually really neat, where he just is always on your back to back swingle. There we go. But yeah, if you're a fan of the tick, that's pretty neat. Now I have the games, the whole emulator set very quiet. The music sounds a bit generic. It's okay. Maybe it sounds better if I put it more louder, but I think this volume is pretty neat so you can hear my beautiful voice. You could check out the game yourself, you know. Okay, so you only lasted, but it was a cool power-up. I liked it. I love the way he runs and everything. Very well animated. Wait, do I have like a special? It's the Moth Dude guy. I don't know if because it doesn't seem a way to switch characters. So I'm guessing if I have either levels where I need the, what is it, Paul or whatever, or once the tick dies I have to fight with him, and in theory he's not as good as a fighter. I'm guessing because he has the wings, maybe he has like gliding levels where you need to glide. We'll see. Still a pretty neat game so far. Finding kicking is a bit better than punching, just because of the enemies are always a bit smaller than me. Okay. That hurt, whoever that was. Bones. We start with 5 lives for the tick, and then 3 lives for... I always call him Paul. I don't know if it's Paul. Guy who starts out being a superhero and can't decide on a name. It's pretty funny. Whole concept of the tick is funny. That's why I want to start reading the comics and just watching again more of the cartoon episodes. I know they made a new live action show, but I hear it was like canceled after a season, maybe 2, but it didn't do as well. I'll watch it, but I want to watch I think I remember the cartoon was hilarious. Wasn't there like a villain or a hero that had a chair as a head? That was pretty great. Of course, the head there, oops, was my own fault. Okay. Ninjas and more ninjas. Why did it have to be ninjas? Oops. I mean, maybe these sections are a bit long, but we're talking about difficulty here, and so far it's been pretty easy, but... I don't seem to have a special. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong, but... I wonder if this is 2-player. I mean, I could see this being 2-player. Again, this is the first time I'm playing this. Bang. I mean, there's more beat-ups than I thought. I mean, I could take also other genres with this kind of concept, you know, like... That's why I said I want to do a platform. Like, you could do probably platform and NES, because that's was a lot of the games, so you could do this for quite some time. That's what I thought. Shmups for Genesis, platformers for NES. Then maybe, like, the only games I wouldn't try to do that with is RPG, adventure games, and strategy games, because all of those are like it still would be interesting to look at the fucking list, but this is a concept that really just works with like action games that don't take too long. Yeah, again, this game is decent, but it misses a lot because you just get stuck. Like, you just move a little bit forward, and then you have to just fight against swarms of the same enemies, and which is the biggest enemy of beat 'em ups is the repetition. I know every beat 'em up is like that. Should I just jump down? Oh fuck, you see? Okay, so I just beat up more guys. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is a little bit stupid, but Thorn of Oblivion. But still pretty decent so far. I mean, there is also a pretty good game that I wanted to play or review that was never released. It was a beat 'em up based on the Shadow, specifically the movie. It came out in the 90s, and it was very good. Like, let me tell you. And the game, the ROM that some of the creators released, was finished. Really, it had the only thing I've seen. It had some glitches. Oh, come on! I have to buy this. I like us the subplot, but it had a glitch where the pixels sometimes they would just go apart and just glitch, but it didn't even happen that often with some of the enemies. So yeah, it didn't happen so often, so it wasn't a big deal. That was a minor glitch because I'm guessing that this was pretty much a completed version. They were just testing it, trying to get out some of the glitches. So it wasn't, maybe it was like 99% done, but it's playable. You can finish the game. And it's really fun game. It's sad that they never released it officially. I mean, you can play it though, but because the game didn't do so well, the movie didn't do well on the box office, so they didn't want to. Even though the game was completed, they would have to spend money on the cartridges and releasing it. And since they were thinking, like, oh, since the movie wasn't popular, the game won't sell well. So I can understand them, but it's just a legit good game. And I don't know if this is on the list because it's an unreleased game, but they've put games in there in these lists that have been fan made, like still Super Nintendo released cartridges, but like released much later in the 2000s where fans have made a game or something. They've put that. So I think those should count too. I don't know the stance. Okay, it's a pretty cool effect. Okay, I get it. Okay, yeah, this is a little bit harder again. Okay, I kind of. Okay, this is a little bit harder. This is a little bit more. I mean, it looks good. Okay, I can jump. But it's fucking annoying. It's like this is the classic like platformer bullshit where it's like trial and error. Okay, come on. But at least it's not long, so yeah. Okay. I think I've been recording gameplay footage, like multiple games after each other. So I'll stop soon. But I mean, you guys won't see that. So I'm recording them in one take. I'm not. This is not a big complete Let's Play thing. It's just like testing out to see. Okay, this looks pretty cool. Yeah, I like the music here more. It's a little bit more danger and whatever. But graphically and everything, this is pretty neat. If you like the tick, this should be your game. But again, I'll be probably recording more. Oh, I should start releasing it. I have to give this whole series a proper name. Like, I don't know. Game facts list or whatever. The animations are just hilarious. I love it. question is, if you die, do you switch to Pete or whatever? I don't know his name. The moth guy. I know he's not called Mothman or Moth Guy, but he's just... He couldn't decide on a name, and he just has that costume. And he just goes with his normal name. I know that for a fact. I just cannot think of his name right now, because I'm also tired, but... Yeah. Yeah, the only problem is here is really just stand still, and the fights go on for too long. It's really the only fault of this game, so quality-wise. But it still works well enough, especially if you're a Tick fan, you'll be more forgiving, I think. Because it is everything you would want out of a Tick game so far. Although they could have a little bit more variety with the enemies, I think, because just more ninjas and shit. Like, I don't even remember if we've seen anything more. It was probably, other than maybe the boss and that Soviet guy. The Soviet guy's pretty cool. Okay, cool, another power-up. You see, I like this power-up, so it's like their parody of Elektra. I don't know her name, but it's clearly an Elektra parody. So that's pretty neat. Back to back. It's also practical because then you don't have to worry. But it's interesting, when I punch, she kicks, and when I kick, she punches. I mean, she stabs with her size, so again, Elektra parody. It's kind of neat because you don't have to watch that too much for your back. I wonder, again, if this has 2-player, if you have that for 2 players. It could be just a 1-player game. There we go. That's pretty neat. Yes, I am the Tick. Oh shit. I wanted to hit somebody. I want to hit somebody. I like the power-up system where you get to cameo with the other superheroes, and that's pretty funny. I mean, they have to have Fledermaus, aka Batmanuel, because in the live-action show they renamed him to Batmanuel, and then he was Mexican-themed. Still funny, but Fledermaus Mann was just hilarious, because it's literally just Batman, but in German. So, of course he's like a Kmart Batman, so he's not very good at what he does, so. As most of the heroes are in the Tick. Although the Tick is very strong, he does fight for justice and whatever. He's just not very smart. This is like the bullet guy, where he's like a living bullet, right? Yeah, this one makes me want to watch the cartoon, maybe read the comics. But it's just ninjas, more ninjas. It is a bit. There could be more variety for mooks to fight. There gotta be more mooks than ninjas in the Tick universe. I mean, they didn't have to just go with the cartoon as inspiration. They could have read the comics. I'm sure that would have been more mooks to fight. And I'm sure there's gonna be more, but I mean, it's just been different colored ninjas. Now, okay, some of them have different weapons and shit, which is okay. Just like Ninja Turtles, but with Ninja Turtles it worked because you accepted it with the Foot Gang, and they have at least also the little robots that bite you from Baxter Stockman. But here I would be like I would be surprised if they couldn't come up with some more canon mooks from the comics at least. I don't know if that wouldn't have worked because it's 2 separate rights. I mean, but it's the same character. Here's the bullet guy. Bullet guy. Yeah, he's kind of interesting. Sitting too comfortably, swing on, rejoice. I'm almost dead. I wonder if I go to continue or if I go to play with the other moth dude. And what I noticed is also, I think maybe you can grab. Oh yeah, like he does grab, but works a little bit different. Like it's like his combos are a little different from positioning. No continues. This was the last one. So the tick has been defeated by Black Ninja number 669. Anyway, guys, this was the game, and the tick will return somewhere, but the end is here. That's a pretty cool game over screen. But yeah, we'll go to the next game.